It happens more than you think. I can think of maybe about 10 or 12 deaths a year where their family would abandon them and never come back. I love that every day is different. Every family is different. Every situation is different. Every day is different. It's one of those professions that once you're involved in it, you feel like you're serving, you feel like you're helping families. Even if I did not love working for myself, I still would be a funeral director and an embalmer at another funeral home in Mississippi. It can be stressful. You can become immune to being around death. When you hear bad news, particularly in your personal life, it's not as shocking because you have a little bit more perspective on what's going on in the world. But myself and every one of my employees feel like we make a difference because we treat people here like they are a member of our family. Most of the people that we see, about 70%, are experiencing a death that they're expecting. Another 30% would be people that it's a sudden death, which is more traumatic. But the heartbreaking thing for me is when you have a family that just doesn't want anything to do with the person who's deceased. There was a funeral home in this area that a gentleman was dying and his partner went into the funeral home to make arrangements. The funeral home found out that was his partner. When he died, they wouldn't pick the body up, and the body was left in the nursing home. I don't know how someone could judge someone based on their sexuality or because they have a disease. What I think it stems from is ignorance, just pure ignorance. Back when I first started, AIDS was not really well known. There was no education. It was somewhat scary. But now we know so much about AIDS that we didn't know back then. It's personal for me. I have a cousin that has AIDS. Luckily, he has a family that loves him very deeply and would not abandon him. No one should have to go through that, no matter what they have. Some of my best friends are homosexuals. It wasn't always that way. I was a very rigid conservative and didn't agree with that type of lifestyle. I probably would have been a big fan of Donald Trump 10 years ago, but now I've changed in my life. We started this funeral home in 2009 to assist families with funerals with more affordable prices. When we opened, Grace House called us and asked us if we would help them, and we said, of course. Grace House is a wonderful mission because they help people who have AIDS get a place to live and get a place to feel safe. They absolutely do take people in who are the least wanted. And some of these people they take in may be homeless and don't have anybody. or they might be abandoned by their family just because they have a disease. Most of the individuals are cremated, and that's by their choice. The family literally has to sign that form saying that it's okay to cremate. And as long as they'll do that and know they're not financially responsible for anything, they will do it, but they do not want the cremains. Grace House has a scattering garden that they will place those cremains in, and they take care of them pretty well. Everybody is going to die of something. I would hope that when my day comes, that my family, no matter what I have, doesn't say, get him out of this house, put him somewhere. I don't want him anywhere around me. You want to help the person who's deceased that may have lived a very rough life.
Place it on that first set of rollers. Thank you,
Every situation calls for something different, and every different situation calls for different kind of help. But more importantly, when someone's deceased, we should come together and help people. That's what people are supposed to do, and that's what the funeral business should do.